think I heard that your products are based on natural law and quantum physics.
Yes.
That's sort of two difficult worlds mixed together. Can you explain a little bit more in depth of how that comes together into a product?
Yeah. Well, first of all, quantum physics. It's a really interesting thing, and that develops actually in all those years. And dozens of years ago, there was an experiment, and they called it the double slit experiment. And in this experiment, they showed actually that physical matter can react on a different way. So first of all, if you don't observe the physical matter, so let's say electrons, yeah, then they react actually in a kind of a wave pattern. Yeah. So it goes like, yeah. So but if you observe the electron,
yes,
then it starts to react actually like matter. So
like dots.
Ball, yeah, a dot. Yeah. A matter that we know actually, but it's very difficult to explain, of course, that matter reacts like a wave, like a frequency. Yeah. So we don't know yet that, but we know how matter looks like if it is matter, a dot.
Only when we look at it. So the room would be totally in wave when we leave the room and don't look at it anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can say that. Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
But the most interesting thing is actually that that this comes together actually with the person who observes something. You see, so when the person observes matter, then we say it collapses the wave function.
So we influence the wave with us being there or us watching.
Yes. So we have a relationship actually with that piece of electron, with that matter. So, and that's a totally new way to look at the physical world actually. Then you have the discussion, what is actually matter? Is matter real? Or is it a program? Is it something that we have a relationship, but we can shift and change it? So that's a really important thing.
So we are creating every time we look at something.
You can say that, or we break the rules when we look at something. Yeah. You can say that. So there are many possibilities. Yeah. But the thing is that what we have to understand is that actually when you look at matter, then you see only a few dots. So if we have a molecule, for instance, it has an atom, and that atom that has electrons, protons, and neutrons. Yes. So if we look at the electrons, they circle each other. But if you look at the minuscule point actually of this electron moving in that particular area,
space,
then you see that this is only 0.01% of the void actually where it encircles. Yeah. So the matter, the real matter, is actually tiny bit. Yes, it is a very tiny bit. So if you would, let's say, if you would stop actually matter moving around, then you can put a cathedral into a matchbox, for instance. Yeah, it's amazing.
You can carry them around.
Yes, you can carry them around. Well, it's nice to do that, but
maybe
it's practical, but not. But okay. But
so how is that related to the products that you developed?
Well, first of all, we have to understand something, that the void, is it really a void? Yeah. So when we look at actually this so-called void, we can only measure the matter in that void.
Yes.
And this is only 0.01%. Because we have this measurement devices that only can do that.
So 99.9% we don't know, or we don't measure.
Well, you can see, you say, is there something there? But I can give you an example. Put two people, a couple,
Mhm.
They are really in love, put them into a space.
Mhm.
Yes? And a third person comes along, and this third person, it looks at the situation and it feels the love.
The energy.
Yes,
Yeah.
it feels the energy. It has a direct connection. We are people. We work on a different level than a device that measures waves or anything
points.
else. You know?
Yeah.
So then we can say this void is not a void. It's filled
With energy.
with frequency, with
Mhm.
information, actually. Yeah. So
Yes.
because if two people hate each other,
That's also very noticeable.
that is also noticeable. That's a different frequency. that's a totally different information.
Yeah.
But it is still in the same so-called void. So the void is not a void. Actually, it is filled with something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
interesting. So that's the basis of
basics
of
yes
how you created the
Yeah.
products around
Yeah.
it.
So for instance, so we have the products, yeah?
Mhm.
And this is creating actually an energy field, a frequency, so-called, because it's one frequency. It is one message actually,
Yes.
what we have in the product. And it fills this so-called void.
Space.
Yeah, this
okay.
space. What? So, and you have a direct relationship with anything what is in this space. Yeah, because you can feel.
And we react to the space around us. So we would
Yeah.
take on the same energy which is inside the space, or the same vibration.
Well, that's a
or
choice.
how- yeah. Okay.
That's a choice, because people make choices. People are creators. People are creating also their own energy. Yeah?
Mhm.
So if you don't have a nice day and you hate each other or something like that, well,
You're very creative in the room as well.
Yes, you're very powerful.
So it will counterbalance your own vibration.
Well, and the thing is that the product what we have is actually only filling this space with one source of information. Yeah?
Mhm.
You can have a relationship with that. Yeah? You
Mhm.
can have a connection, actually.
Yes.
And when you make this connection, a lot of people, we have so many testimonials of people what they feel. It's always the same thing. It's not,
It doesn't change, it doesn't depend on your mood,
Well,
how the product reacts to it. It's not,
No, the product-
always the same.
the product is always the same thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's always the same message, it's always the same thing what it does. But the relationship what we have with the product, that is changing, of course, because of our mood. Yeah? But the most important thing, what it brings, actually, it brings peace,
Mhm.
rest, actually. Yeah? So when you have this relationship with the product, then you notice that there's lots of peace and quiet and rest, actually, when you can relate to, actually.
So it brings you positive energy, it uplifts your mood, and it's with that you feel healthier, more balanced, or
A lot of things happen,
Yeah.
actually. It is a really complex thing what happens, actually, because I don't know if you're familiar with the work from Bruce Lipton, for instance, but that would be nice to look him up, because Bruce Lipton says people can only have two states of being. One state of running,
Yes.
so scared or something like that, to have an emotion like there
Fear.
is something going on, you have to do something, you have to react actually to a stressful situation. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so and there in this situation there is no peace, there is no health. Then you have this other situation where there is peace, there is health, and there is a quiet situation. And then you notice that your body is dissolving actually all the bad things that it has. So
Okay, so it's taking time to rest, and therefore it can get rid of everything which is not needed in your body or has the wrong frequency and not keeping you healthy. Interesting. So that's the basic, that's the link to quantum physics.
Yes.
Inside your product. So in the next question, we will go a little bit more in depth to what the project actually are and how they can help us. Thank you.